How I became an actor? Well, it was process of elimination. It's the best answer. I went to college to play baseball, then I blew out my shoulder, and I went and became a reporter at a news station, and then tried everything in between. But I found it was a little bit more fun to be the news than to report it. So got into theater and stand-up comedy in New York, and then made my way out to California and just kind of got lucky, which is a big part of this business. And specifically, the voiceover acting came about through some people. I'd always done different accents and goofy voices for my niece and nephew, and somebody put me in touch with a good agent, and rest is kind of history. I mean, it just fed on itself from there, and it's a blast because it's so freeing to get in to the booth and just let down all the guards and just go for whatever character the specific project requires. I don't think voiceover for video games and a movie or an animated series or anything is any different. It's you're trying to bring a character to life, and quite frankly, I don't care what the medium is. It's the same acting. It's like saying, are you different if you're doing a film with Robert De Niro as it would be with a television show with Kiefer Sutherland? No, you're just, whether it's an on-camera job or it's a voiceover job, you're trying to bring life and truth to a fictional character, and it's really not as complicated as a lot of actors want to make it out to be. It's pretty much the same thing that any 4 or 5 year old child does. It's just playing make believe for an enormous amount of money. Sometimes not so enormous, but you'll take it nonetheless. List of video games is fairly extensive because it's just such a burgeoning market. But I was Hades and God of War, which a lot of people really liked. One of the strenuous jobs I did was I'm Sergeant Randall, and in Call of Duty 2, and the head of the Russian military too in Call of Duty 2, and then Call of Duty 3, and soon to be Call of Duty 4, because you just kind of get into that franchise and keep moving. The 50 Cent video game, we did The Incredible Hulk. There's been some SpongeBob SquarePants games. We did some funny, different, cutesy voices, more cartoony. And more specifically, lately has been Keepsake. And, of course, did Patrick Narracont in And Then There Were None, which was one of the best video games to work on because it was literally just sitting down. I think I actually got a cup of tea and just didn't have to yell or raise my voice at all. I think I'll go down to the dock. It was the best. So, and now we're here with Murder on the Orient Express. So it's been a blast. We actually had to lie one time because when we were teenagers, my brother would, we would stay up all night. And my dad, the alarm would go off at 6 o'clock, and he'd walk in. He goes, "You guys been up all night?" We're like, No, we got up early because we wanted to get back to the game." He's like, "Oh." Well. And we looked at each other and both bloodshot eyes, reading the computer screen. And we're actually a little bitter now that these games are so cool with such incredible graphics. And we talked about one time that we missed out, and then we realized we could do this now. So it's still fun. There's nothing I dislike about this work. It's work, and it's usually number one, you don't have to shave or get dressed up or really do anything. I mean, you can walk in here and nothing but a pair of cowboy boots, but and a thong. I'm partial to thongs. It's not true. Yes, it is. Oh, I'm serious. No, there's really nothing to dislike. It's fun. It's just pure fun. You're just thrown in a booth and let go. And the great thing about it is, in voiceover, a lot of times you don't have to deal with massive egos of people. A lot of times people will just let their guard down. There's no cameras rolling, except that one. Are we rolling? God, makeup! I'm just kidding. No, but it's a great thing as an actor. I don't have to go home and explain to my children why Daddy's wearing makeup, because voiceover doesn't require that. I like to wear it because it makes me feel pretty. You're going to edit this. No.